Malaysia is one of 13 of the world's mega-diverse countries. It exhibits high floral and faunal diversity as well as high rates of species endemism, mainly due to its primary tropical rainforests. Among them include the fascinating birds of Malaysia, boasting all kinds of plumage and birdsong. Regrettably, they face grave anthropogenic threats and are disappearing at a rate like never before. In Malaysia, deforestation for the expansion of palm oil plantations is rife. Habitat loss in the form of land use is the single greatest environmental disaster not just for birds but for all kinds of wildlife. Unfortunately, birds, as charismatic animals, are also susceptible to poaching for the illegal wildlife trade, especially with regard to songbirds. It may come as no surprise that bird tourism is also detrimental for bird conservation. Unsustainable or harmful bird tourism practices may set back efforts to protect rare, endangered birds in Malaysia. Many such bird tourists or photographers will take drastic measures in their pursuit for the perfect photograph to snap and share, regardless of its impact on their feathered subjects. Whether it is stress from overcrowding, interference of natural behavior through food or song baiting, or exposing nesting locations of threatened birds, these all have tangibly negative impacts on shy forest bird species. However, if managed properly, bird tourism can give bird conservation a boost. EcoMy President and nature guide Andrew explains how.
Bird tourism is one of the key and fastest growing sector within ecotourism. In tourism, it's called high yield tourism. People pay a lot of money to come and birdwatch in Malaysia. So I would think there's very little negative impact I think birdwatching has on the environment. In fact, I think it enhances the conservation of birds and some key sites, promotes certain key sites, helps out the local communities.
Bird enthusiast and photographer Adam Hogg also provides some wisdom and advice on how one may practice bird photography in an ethical and sustainable manner.
If you photograph a bird with a nest around, if there is the nest in the frame, do not post it or don't mention any at all or seeing a nest in the area. I know many will agree and disagree to this point. For me, I have no problem with bird calls and feeding. As long as you feed it with logical food like corn or mealworms. And then bird calls, there is a limitation on how much you use the call and how loud it is.
There's some discipline that you have to have in terms of calling, especially during breeding season and nesting season. So that is the time when you do not play or play in very minimum, to make sure you do not interrupt the nesting cycle or the courtship cycle of the birds.
Birds play incomparably vital ecological roles as pollinators, seed dispersers, prey population control, nutrient recycling, and as a food source for other predators. They are also strongly represented culturally in art and literature as national icons and status symbols. They also bring education, emotional, and economic value to people just by being able to be observed in their natural habitat. Some of Malaysia's most unique birds are forest specialists and cannot survive in heavily disturbed habitats or urban areas. Being part of a large, interconnected food web in an intricately balanced ecosystem, the decline of birds is likewise an indicator of the decline of the health of our planet. We need to promote ethical bird tourism, adopt sustainable birding practices, and spread the word on the dire plight of some of Malaysia's most impressive animals. Ultimately, what does not change is this: you cannot love what you don't know, and you cannot protect what you don't love. So get out there in nature, observe and learn more about birds, encourage others to take action for bird conservation as well.